Now, we're here though today to talk a bit about brands and the ROI from there. So really, when we think about brands, there's lots of folks want to try AI strategies and be using AI in their roles and their businesses. And really, we'll just kind of start and get into how that works. But just at the top, how do you think that brands should think about harnessing the full potential of AI in order to drive real business outcomes?
Yeah, I think we're starting to move from the wow moment to how, and actually implementing this stuff in what we do in our day-to-day work. And it is now time to move beyond the chatbot. And so I think for everybody, we need to think beyond the chatbot, move beyond the chatbot. Does your brand have a voice actually? Because now it can. And I think, the customer expectations on the experience they have day to day is only going to continue to climb and rise. But I think the good news is that, it's also giving brands and specifically marketers a chance to really scale and pivot at a rate that nobody's ever seen before. And so, all of that's only possible with a good foundation. And I know we'll get more into that. But I think it's really important for folks as we move to this how era is to establish clear objectives for what you're trying to do and to not take on too much. We want to make sure that, whether you're enhancing customer engagement, you're optimizing your kind of promotional spend, you're trying to improve kind of lead conversion rates, but having well-defined goals that you can measure and continue to be your North Stars is going to be really important. But again, the other piece is like experimenting in failure. I mean, that's a requirement, and it should be celebrated. I think people say that it's kind of cliche, but in this AI world, it's real. That is how you learn the tools, is through failure, through running into walls, through figuring out different ways to do it. But I think we want to enable everybody to find a way that kind of works for them. We talk about, I know on the slide here is this conscious leadership. And I think that's an awesome mindset to take, to really be open, curious, and committed to learning through the process. And I think we're seeing a lot of good results from people who take that mindset as they come to the workplace versus being closed, defensive, committed to being right, and kind of stuck in the past.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I really like these points on the slide because it maps pretty well to the way that I think about it at Braze.